Good evening, Prime Minister. My name is Linda and I'm from Middleton in Teesdale and I'm retired. My question is, why are you so adamant about Rwanda when public documentation shows it isn't working and that it's not going to work? So can you be open and honest with everybody today and tell us what the next steps are?
Yeah. Well, Linda, great question. Right, I'm sure this is on all of your minds, so I might take a few extra minutes, if that's all right, Stephen, to kind of get into this properly. Look, why did I say stopping the boats was one of my 5 priorities, right? It's because I think illegal migration is profoundly unfair. Right? I actually think our country is based on a sense of fairness, right? We are a people that we wait our turn, we put in our fair share, we play by the rules, right? And illegal migration actually breaks that sense of fairness. It erodes the sense of trust in our system. And I also think, as a matter of compassion, it's the right thing to do, because there are very vulnerable people who are being exploited by criminal gangs, and tragically, some of them losing their lives. And that isn't, I think, something that any of us can countenance carrying on. And then lastly, of course, there's the pressure on public services. Many of you in your communities would have seen your local hotel, like mine and like many others, taken over to house illegal migrants. It's costing all of you and everyone watching something like £7 or £8 million a day, right? And that is not something that is sustainable. So for all those reasons, Linda and everyone else, I think stopping the boats has got to be a national priority. It's certainly one of my priorities. Now, I said right at the beginning of my opening remarks, the plans we've put in place are working, we're making progress. Illegal migration is a good example of that. Last year, for the first time since the small boats thing became a phenomenon, the numbers were down. They weren't down by a little, they were down by over a third. Meanwhile, in the rest of Europe, they were up by quite a lot. Right? That didn't happen by accident, it happened because we worked really hard on lots of different things to start getting the numbers down. You may have heard about the new deal with Albania, which means that when people illegally migrate from Albania to here, because of the deal that I struck with Albania, we're able to return them. We returned something like 5,000 last year. What do you know? They stopped coming. Numbers were down by 90%. We've increased our cooperation with the French, joint patrols on the beaches, sharing intelligence, placing barriers in some of the rivers that lead up to the beaches in France. That's helped make sure that the interception rates remain strong. We started fighting crime upstream in Europe before people get anywhere close to the channel. We pass laws that allow us to arrest people connected with this awful trade. In the last 15, 18 months, we've arrested almost 1,000 people. We're starting to sentence them to hundreds of years in jail. We've done thousands of illegal enforcement raids. Again, all of those things are helping us to get the numbers down, which is why they're down by a third. The plan is working. But, to answer Linda's question, in order to fully solve this problem, we need a deterrent. We need to be able to say pretty simply and unequivocally that if you come to our country illegally, you won't get to stay. We want to be able to remove you, either to your home country if it's safe, like we've done with Albania, and for everyone else we need an alternative, and that's what Rwanda is about. So yes, we've made progress, down by a third, but in order to fully solve this problem, we need a deterrent. That's what Rwanda is all about, and that is why I'm absolutely committed to getting this bill through Parliament and getting this scheme up and running. And without that, we won't be able to fully solve this problem. And I think you all want me to solve this problem. The country certainly does, and I want to deliver for all of you.